What's up, everyone? We're here with.
Dario.
What did you do this weekend?
I got second place at Pasadena Regionals out of 700 people.
All right. What did you play and why?
I played Salamangreat. I think it's still the best deck, even after the Stalio ban. And I guess it kind of showed it. I got second place.
Awesome. Could we take a look at your list?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
For starters, I played 3 Lady Debugs. I played this because since Stalio is gone, the deck kind of lost consistency in the sense of trying to get a Gazelle as fast as you can. So, playing this just lets me get into Stalio as fast as not Stalio, Gazelle as fast as I can. And people are playing Buffalo over this, which I think is kind of wrong, but I understand why they decided to do that. It's because of Droll. And true is like once you search and they Droll you, you can't get into the field spell. But I think as long as you have an extender, you could still go into a full, salad combo, send the trap or everything, get it back without the field spell. So I rather just try to consistently get a Gazelle as fast as I can. And, Flame Buffalo doesn't guarantee that. And also, you need to have another Cyberse monster in your hand in order for Flame Buffalo to be good. So I just went for consistency over, I guess, draw power.
I see. All right.
And then one Gazelle, obviously. What you say? Three Foxy. Still, it's a good normal summon. Just trying to get to Gazelle faster. I decided to play 2 Spinning. I don't play no rank 3 in my deck, so there's no really way to put this back in grave and everything. So it's gonna get banished, but it's okay if it gets banished. It's not really that needed since no more Stalio. It's just really good for an extender. It's a 1-card link too, so I think just 2 is just fine. Sometimes you don't even really ever use it. Double Jack Jaguar. I've been seeing people playing 3 of this, which I think it's a little too much. I understand that it's good that you want to have right away in your graveyard so you could just outgrind your opponent. But then I feel like multiples will be a little bit too much.
Did you ever feel a need for a third one?
No, never. I play Power Desires in the deck, and I always made sure that I at least have one of these out there before. And then even there, I think there was one game where I did banish both of them off with Power Desires, but I still won that game, just because if you know how the deck works, you can just keep recurring your resources pretty good, with just Sunlight Wolf himself, and then there's another card that can help with that too.
All right, so we're gonna get to it shortly.
Yeah, I decided to play Double Foul. I feel now with this deck, it needs to become more of a link spam deck, where you just need to get a bunch of special summons, bunch of extenders, in order for your plays to really go off and to just be better, since without Stalio there anymore. So I decided to play Double Foul, and also helps turbo out Dweller, which I think I blinded Dweller maybe 3 to 4 times, and yeah, it just that card just basically won me the game. So Foul was really good. Also just really good an 1800 beat stick sometimes, and good against back row decks with its effect.
Locks out a trap card, right?
It stuns it for the turn. 1 Falco, it just helps to recur your to set back your spells and traps, and yeah, it was pretty good. And then I guess I don't know if this is really a tech or not. 1 Mole.
What is that?
Yeah, a lot of Salamangreat players don't really play this. This is just basically an extender. His effect is the turn that you link summon, you get to special summon this to a zone and link monster points, a zone that you control, that a link monster points to. And the thing is, it doesn't even have to be a Salamangreat link monster. It could be any kind of other link monster, and also it could be a link monster your opponent controls that just points to your zone. So it's just more just for a free extender. And this helps play through Dweller too, since it's activating in the hand.
Wow.
So it was really good. So and also sometimes where I would have when I have Lady Bug and Gazelle in hand, I would end up just searching this, because then I go into the Banelinks and then special summon this under the Banelinks and then link off, and then I can summon Gazelle from my hand without worrying about reincarnating and everything.
Wow, and it has a second effect, right?
Yeah, if I control no monsters, I could banish this card. Target 5 Salamangreat cards in my graveyard. Put them back, shuffle them back in my deck, and then draw 2 cards. So it's like a pot of avarice basically for the deck. I didn't get to use that effect at all on for the tournament. Like it was either I didn't have it in graveyard when I need it, or my opponents just didn't clear my board in order for me to activate it. So, but in theory, like the recycling thing helps, and like again, if you banish 2 Jaguars, this will help.
That's innovative. I haven't seen that yet.
Might bump it up to more than 1, but we'll see.
All right.
Triple Phantasme. I've been seeing a lot of lists been cutting this recently, but I think it's still necessary. You know, it helps with consistency. You know, you just draw into your combo pieces. You draw into hand traps to help stop your opponent. You know, link summon is still a thing. People are still gonna link summon until April. And
how often did he come up in the tournament?
Pretty often, like almost everybody again link summon, and I always summon him out. And again, his also is really good for a beater since we don't have Stalia to bounce stuff anymore. So he just adds more pressure there. And also what's cool too, this is actually pretty decent against a Spiral matchup. Because in theory, like when they Jones you and stack the top 3 cards of your deck, they would always try to like put in hand traps on the top because they don't want to try to give you any kind of combo starters to draw for your next turn. So usually they would try to put hand traps on top, thinking that would be a dead draw. But in the moment they summon Double Helix, you activate this card, draw 2 hand traps basically for free, and then you also get to shuffle your deck again, and they have to like blind guess. Majority of times they always guess right because it's always monsters. So, but in theory, yeah, that's what's good about it.
Would you keep him in after this event?
Yes.
All right.
It's still too good. I decided to play Triple Ash. You know, this card's not that very impactful for this format, but it's good against rogue decks. And for this deck, it's really good too, just because I can recur it whenever with a Sunlight Wolf out there. So sometimes if you don't have the Gazelle, this is the best option to get back. So you can just make sure your opponents can't really go off. So.
Definitely. The Sunlight Wolf, just keep recurring it.
Yeah. And then I guess the MVP hand trap will be a triple Droll and Lockbird.
Oh man, I bet you drew it every time.
Pretty much. Like, luckily I play nothing but combo decks. And yeah, this card basically almost won me a lot of games just by itself. You know, I think one round, I think it was like the perfect setup where my opponent just upstarted, and then I just chained Droll Lockbird after that, and he instantly just scooped, just because that was just. I think I had a bunch of search cards in this hand too.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm so glad I decided to main this.
Any other hand traps?
A couple more. Yes. Double DD Crow. Yeah, this is just for combo as well. You know. It's really impactful if you get to hit the Master Plan, or the Quick Fix. Against Lunar Alliance, the Martin. And it's also good against the Mirror Match. And then also against Heroes, if you know what to hit, you just hit the Malicious, so they can't really extend that much. But yeah.
It's a great card, this format.
Yeah. And then I guess the last hand trap, Double Infinite Impermanence.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. This card was pretty decent. You know, it's not that great against the Spiral or the Lunar Line matchup, just because they could play through it, and then for Spirals, if they have that field spell out, this is pretty much the dead card, because you can't target anything. But I decided to play this just because since we're in regionals, yeah, like I thought I was gonna play some like random decks and everything like that, and like this is really good against you know, random decks, like just yeah. So, but probably in the YCS, I probably like changes to maybe a Ghost Spell or something like that, because I think Ghost Spell's gonna be pretty good this format.
So what was your hand trap total?
I think 13.
13.
Yeah, it's more hand trap control deck now.
All right.
For the spells, triple signing mining. You know, just for consistency. I hate this card though, just because it's a -1 by itself.
Get Ash Blossomed.
Yeah, that sucks. So I had to play 2 Pot of Desires. This card was really good for me. I don't think it really ever hurted me at all. I think I banished Gazelle and the field spell maybe once, on separate occasions, and I think I still won those games. But this card was really good because then just after you do your whole combo and everything, it just drew me to hand traps, and so it just, yeah, this card really won a lot of games for me too.
Awesome.
And then, yeah, I refuse to ever play 3 of this just because I'm just in the fear that I pot desires and draw 2 more desires. So, yeah.
Happens more than you'd imagine.
Yeah, it happened to me before, so. Another MVP was Triple Will. This card was amazing. Just helps you extend. And, like, and there was a couple times I actually got ogred with a Lady Debug. But then, like, but I had this card in hand, and I was just able to still do a full combo. So this card was really great. It makes it go into Appaloosa a lot easier. It goes through your Link Force a lot easier. And just try to kill your opponents faster, too. For one-ups, you know, 1 Sanctuary, 1 Circle. Not much to explain there. For the traps, Double Rage and Double Roar. You know, I just play 2 of each just because of Pot Desires. At least 1 of each in the deck still. And then also, hard drawing these it's actually pretty good. Going first, because then you could just send for the other one, or if you're able to draw both of them, you really don't even need Gazelle at that point. So it was really good. I like this lineup.
So what was your main deck's count?
42 cards.
42.
Yeah.
Right.
For the extra deck, it's pretty standard solid links, I guess. You know, triple Bane links, triple Sunline Wolf, and double Helio. You know, that's kind of standard, I guess, right now. I didn't play the Pyro Phoenix. I probably would, but I'd rather just play other cards because I guess sometimes it's a little harder to go into. But, you know, potentially in the future I might go back. I might try to put that in there, but we'll see.
Extra deck space is tight.
Yeah, it's really tight, especially the cards I wanted to play. For generic Link 2s, I played the 1 Hida and the 1 Phoenix. You know, Phoenix is just for the back row decks and everything like that. And then Hida, I was actually thinking about taking this card out because a lot of people are not playing Ash anymore since it's not really that impactful. So there's not really a good target for this, a special summon. But then, like, I couldn't really think of anything else to replace it with. So I decided just to leave it in there. And then I'm glad I kept this in because I played 3 Salad Mirrors.
Wow.
And yeah, I was not expecting to play that many mirrors. And this card came up clutch so many times against that mirror match. So I'm glad to keep that. I'm probably going to keep it in too.
Definitely wasn't. You weren't expecting that many solid decks, right?
No, not at all. At most 1.
All right.
And then I decided to play the Transcode and Update Jammer combo.
How often did that come up?
I think I summoned around like 4 to 5 times maybe. And every single time I summoned it, I pretty much just won the game. For those, you know, this just helps kill your opponent really fast. And this also helps, like, this will be like 2800 attack. So it'll help to get over some big things too. And I just feel now with the deck, since it'll be a little harder to grind without getting the Jack Jaguar in graveyard, like guaranteed without Stalio. You just need to try to kill your opponent as fast as you can. So yeah, so it was really good this weekend. I really like it. 1 Appaloosa, you know. This card was really great. Every time I summoned this girl with like 3 materials, I would just always win the game.
There's a lot of monster effects going around.
Yeah, and this card was really good just to stop my opponent. And then I decided to play the 1 Abermax. I regret playing this card.
Why is that?
Because it did not really came up at all. I wish I played Borreload instead. That came up way more often. So the reasoning why I was playing this card is because before the tournament started, I heard that a lot of back row decks were playing Awakening Dragon trying to counter Lightning Storm. So, and I thought if they would summon that Ultimate Falcon, the Raider Raptor card, which is like 3500 attack and unaffected by card effects, Salamangreat does not really have an out for that. Like their only real out will be like making Appaloosa with 4 materials, plus using Spinny's effect to make it boost 500 to go to 37.
Wow. Which
I think that's just really bad if you try to do that. So I thought like Abermax is a card that can out it. Also Boral Sword too, but I thought that Abermax would be a little more easier to summon since it only takes like 2 monsters at the very least. But I never summoned it at all. I wish I had Borreload because, you know, I didn't play against any back row decks, so I never saw Awakening the Dragon. So, Yeah. And then for the last extra deck, just Abyss Dweller. You know, this card is still broken. It's been broken for like for years, every single format. I don't know which the last format this wasn't good. So yeah, so that's the extra deck.
All right.
For the side deck, Double Nibiru. This card was pretty good for me, especially because I played like 3 mirror matches. I was able to use that. I played against Heroes, where you get Poseidon. This card was kind of lackluster against Lunalights and Spirals, just because both can still play through the Nibiru. So I'm really deciding if I want to just take this card out. I got to think on what to replace it with. But for right now, it'll still be in here.
All right. So it's what matchups was it good against?
The mirror match and Heroes mainly. Yeah, it was really good against those.
All right. So Nibiru.
Yeah, and then I decided to play the new Gizmic card, Kaku.
What?
This card is basically a pumped up Thousand Eyes. Because if there's a extra deck, if there's a monster in the extra monster zone, you could just special summon this card for free, and then you could take the monster in the extra monster zone, and take it and then equip it to it. And if you're destroying monster, you can special summon that monster.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So then, and also you get to keep it too. So this really just helps try to like kill your opponent faster. I think I only sided this against the mirror match plus Heroes. I don't think it's good against Spirals because, you know, if they have Appaloosa and a Trigate, you know, you can't really out that, and then they can always just pop it with Sleeper 2, and then I don't think it's really that great against Lunalights too. But in the mirror match, like I only saw this twice in the mirror match, and both times that I saw this, I won the game because of it.
Wow.
Yeah, so this card was really good. I decided to play 1 Lingery, bro, in the extra. The side.
So something besides Ignister is gonna be playing this.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, it just takes a 1 level 4 or lower Cyber's monster. It's just for the back row decks because its effect is when a trap card is activated. When my opponent activates a trap card, I can tribute it, negate that trap card's effects, and banish it. So you know, I really just hate back row decks. So I just wanted to like have more stuff. You know, I would just side out the Dweller for this card.
All right.
Yeah. And then for the non-budget people, this is Triple Lightning Storm. Yeah.
How often did this come up?
Not that often. I don't think I actually played it at all. I sided it a couple times against the Heroes, but I would have Nibiru in my opponent, and then I had this in hand, and I couldn't even activate it because of Nibiru. So it's really hard for me to say if this card is really good or not. It's really just made for back row decks, but I didn't play against any at all. So I just still keep it in until I played against one.
Sure thing.
Yeah, and then Double Twin Twister. You know, I just hate back row decks, so I don't want to deal with those.
All right, Dario.
And then still.
Oh, it's still.
Yeah. Double Mind Control. This card is really good in the mirror match, and also just good to get over monsters that can be destroyed by battle or card effects. You know, you just use those monsters and link them away. So it's really good for that. And then last card, Triple Evenly Match. You know, this card is really just the card for the format.
2 board clearing cards.
Just for combo decks and also for back row decks.
How did this perform compared to Lightning Storm?
I only sided it against Spirals, and I didn't see it at all. So I really didn't. Yeah, so I can't really tell you if it was really great or not. But you still have to play it.
Any changes that you'd make to the deck, side deck, or extra deck?
For the side, maybe take out the Nibirus. For the main, maybe impermanences, depending. But overall, I think the deck performed pretty well. So yeah.
All right. What were your matchups?
I played three solids, 2 Spirals, 2 Lunalights, 2 Heroes, and 1 Burning Abyss with Phantom Knights in it.
What was your loss?
My only loss was to the guy who got first place against Heroes. We're friends. We play the same locals, and he only won because he buried me, unfortunately.
Oh man.
That's the only way that guy beats me now, so yeah, it's okay.
All right. Any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to Project Tcg in Montebello. Shout out to Alberta for recording this. Shout out to all the Empire guys. Shout out to Cameron, especially Cameron.
Who's that?
Cameron's my friend, and I want to shout him out because he drives me almost every single event and lets me borrow cars when I need them. So thank you, Cameron.
All right.
And shout out to my family because they want a shout out too for some reason. And then I guess last also shout out to American Airlines for sponsoring me to fly out to these events.
Wow. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Dario. Thank you for giving us a deck list. Good luck.